Oh, welcome to the That's Good Broncos podcast. I'm Brandon Perna here with Will Keys, the first, the pixelated, the internet shitolated Will Keys. We can't control what happens with the internet. Just deal with it if you're watching on YouTube. Just pretend that Will is porn and it is being automatically censored by YouTube.
By the country of Japan.
Yeah, yes, exactly. People who watch porn get that one. Oh, do they get it. Today, got a little bit of Broncos news, some roster moves, low-key roster moves that will probably just help the Broncos win a Super Bowl. And then, as always, midweek, we will pick every game in the Patreon Pick'em League. And Will, we need to schedule our Patreon Zoom meeting. I thought this week, but it got away from me. Maybe next week you can do it on a Wednesday night or Thursday night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I'm always down to see the fellows. It's a great
time. Have a whiskey, chat with the patrons. Yeah, so we'll do that. Hopefully, I'll schedule that for next week. And today's episode, sponsored by DraftKings, DraftKings Sportsbook, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Just use code DNVR when you sign up over at DraftKings. And once you log into DraftKings, upload a JPEG of my face and send that to DraftKings Help Support and say, thank this man. Thank this man. That's all I want you to do.
Thank him with a Pat McAfee contract.
Ooh, yes. A Pat McAfee contract would be lovely. Also, my coffee company, benchwarmerbrew.com. A lot of good tweets recently about people getting the beans, liking the beans. We got 3 blends there. You know the drill. Go buy my fucking coffee. All right, Will, what do you have to update me on with the Broncos today?
Yeah, there's not a ton of news, which is kind of odd for a team that's in the middle of the playoff race. But they did sign 2 new players to their practice squad. And these are not nobodies. These are guys that you should probably know. So you got Travis Fulgham, formerly of the Eagles. He's kind of an interesting case. He's a wide receiver. And then one of the greatest names of all time. I wish we were doing that video back in 2014 or 2013, whenever he came out of Alabama. Clinton-Dix.
Clinton-Dix.
So
I swear, if one announcer will just do that, oh my God, just one time.
I could see Kevin Harlan doing it.
Yeah, Harlan might have the balls. The Monday Night Football crew definitely would not.
No. I want to hear Gus Johnson yell it at the top of his lungs. Clinton-Dix, touchdown.
And then, because then you'd have Aqib Talib next to him.
Yeah.
And I just want Talib to call him Dix. Man, that Dix is good.
So many jokes back in the day. So many Bill Clinton jokes.
Well, Clinton-Dix, he's an interesting story. Both these guys are, actually. Because Clinton-Dix, his first 2 seasons in the NFL was considered like a top 10 safety, I feel like, right? He had a lot of attention in his first 2 seasons. And then, I don't know, he fell off. I don't know if it was injuries or what, but he's bounced around a few different teams this year. So that's really a depth signing. I think the Broncos are kind of good at finding defensive talent.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll be optimistic about it. And then Travis Fulgham had like a crazy stretch with Philly when they had like no wide receivers. Fulgham kind of came out of nowhere and had a few big games. And everyone's like, oh, maybe Travis Fulgham's the Eagles' answer. And he wasn't, but he showed some flashes.
It feels like there's something there that we maybe don't know, because he was, like you said, he was really, really good. Had over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns in pretty limited game time in 2020. And the Eagles cut him. Not like the Eagles are super deep at wide receiver, although they've got a couple of rookies. And then a team that really needed playmakers, the Miami Dolphins, just got rid of him in favor of Tommy Lee Lewis, who you probably haven't heard that name since 2018. So there's got to be something going on there. Maybe he got hurt. Maybe there's some off the field stuff. But hey, look at some of those games there. He had 10 catches for 152 yards against the Steelers. He had a stretch there where he's getting at least 50 yards for 5 straight games.
Yeah, I guess so. That was the start of the 2020 season. He had a lot of production there, and then it kind of just fell off after week 5. So I don't know why that is. Look, he had like touchdowns, and he had 4 touchdowns in those first 5 games. So yeah, I do remember him because of that. So that was just last season, 2020. Yeah, it feels like that. It feels like it was 2 years ago.
It does.
But I guess, Carson Wentz was still there. So my life every week feels like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's accurate. What do you think signing these guys does? Like, it feels like every signing you make now is just like COVID insurance.
Yeah, you're just banking on trying to have the best depth possible. So
yeah.
That's all that this is. And Clinton-Dix, he'd probably play very rarely. Vic Fangio said Kareem Jackson's the best guy he's ever coached this week or something like that. So,
okay.
You got Simmons and Kareem Jackson. As long as they're healthy, they're going to be on the field. I guess, it is a depth signing, but it's like, let's get more production out of the receivers we have.
Yeah.
Get more.
It feels like the 2 spots that they're best at right now are probably safety and wide receiver.
Yeah.
But they have no issues in either of those 2 position groups. But you never know. You never know when an injury is going to strike. I don't foresee anything, but like I said, anything could happen. Glad they have a little bit of depth. And if you're heading into a playoff game, would you rather start someone like Clinton-Dix, who's been in playoff games, or someone like Jamar Johnson, who's a rookie and hasn't gotten any game action?
Yeah, probably and probably means the Broncos want to see a little more out of Caden Stearns.
Yep.
And this week, I don't know if PJ Locke being on the COVID list is from last week, if he's going to play this week, but maybe it's just like, PJ Locke, maybe he can't play, or maybe they're bracing for another safety to be on the COVID list. Don't know. But they're depth signings. It's fine. Maybe, they come in and make a play when we need them to. Hard to say.
Probably not. But
hard to say anything about this team as a whole, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And it just feels like I said, it's probably COVID insurance, just because it feels like rosters are more volatile than really ever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This part of the season suddenly just feels, maybe it's like the 14 AFC teams that are still in the playoff hunt, or I don't know, everybody getting COVID now, but things feel very, very strange.
Yeah, maybe the NFL should have expanded the 53-man roster.
Yeah,
they expanded the practice squad, but they didn't want to expand the 53-man roster because then you'd have to pay guys more money. Yeah. God forbid, you greedy bastards at the top of the NFL.
Well, the NFL, to be fair, is pretty strapped for cash right now.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like the AAF in 2019. They're barely holding on.
They barely made $10 billion last year in profits. Barely.
You got to be considerate of that. They're scraping by.
Profits. Yeah.
Ooh. Go for it.
Teddy Bridgewater denied the $25 million per season rumors.
Okay, I thought that was going to be a DraftKings segue.
No, we're way too early for the DraftKings.
Damn. Okay.
Would have been
That's
good.
a good one too. That's a good one too. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to say? Like, yeah, I am asking for 25 million.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Pay me.
I'm gonna say it right now.
Like outright say that.
I am asking for $25 million. I declare bankruptcy.
But if there's actually a realistic shot that you're going to make like $15 to $20 million, you probably don't want to like publicly ask for a ton because it makes you look kind of stupid. I don't know, like $25 million. Those $25 million don't stretch as far as they used to. Remember when the Broncos signed Peyton Manning back in 2012? You know how much he made a year? Yeah.
It's like 19, 20 mil.
19 million. Crazy. And now $25 million gets you like
it's a deal.
I think off the top of my head, it's like the 12th most of any quarterback. I'd put you at 12th. And then probably after this offseason, a couple quarterbacks will get new deals, and that'll put you around like 15, 16. So it's going to be average pretty soon.
We'll have to evaluate which teams might need a veteran starter. Like that's the only way Teddy's going to get close to that. And, you know, like if you need a veteran starter for a couple years because you're drafting a rookie or whatever, then a guy like Teddy makes a ton of sense. The Broncos, I don't know how they view Teddy. I think they would love to keep him if they're drafting a guy. If they're going to they're going to make a move for a veteran quarterback if one of the veteran quarterbacks is truly available. Yeah. And if that's the case, then you just move on from Teddy because you're not going to pay him. So I think his future is uncertain. And I think you're right. Of course, he's not going to confirm that he wants 25 million right now. That probably hurts his negotiating tactics moving forward. But I would if I were a team drafting a rookie, I would feel comfortable paying Teddy like 15 million a year for like 2 years. I would guarantee it all.
You'd guarantee the whole thing. Okay. Yeah. For 2 years.
Because what you're paying, bad backups, like 7-8 million a year.
Yeah.
I'd pay a good backup 15 million with a rookie that I'm taking in the first round just to be safe.
So let's say like you grab Carson Strong at the end of the first round and you're not paying him that much money for 4 years and you hit 5 on the rookie contract. Yeah. I mean, you would want to have like a good veteran around. Like how much would the Chiefs have paid for Alex Smith 1 year, knowing what he would do to help Patrick Mahomes? Like, they probably like max out their cap space to do something like that. Yeah. How much would you spend for just like a good mentor who never takes a snap if you know he's going to make your rookie quarterback better?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money.
It's worth it. I mean, why the Chiefs traded Alex Smith to Washington. Washington's probably going to be evaluating their quarterback position pretty significantly, and that might be a spot Teddy could end up at. Honestly,
that's true. Yeah, it just makes me laugh talking about veteran quarterbacks and knowing like there's guys out there like Alex Smith, and when the Broncos drafted Drew Lock, his mentor was Joe Flacco, who said on multiple occasions, like, it's not my job to help the rookie.
Joe Flacco. That's because he knew he was sucked at that point.
Yeah.
That's why.
Incredible. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I mean, like, that's why Josh McCown had a career for, the last 5 years, too.
Yeah.
Stuff's valuable.
It is. And, like, McCown wanted to, like, he's coaching. He wanted to coach. And that's, you really want that in your backup QB. A veteran who wants to teach and help. Because, like, an offensive coordinator can only do so much, with your guy. I think having that peer help teach you along the way. Makes a lot of sense. But anyway, that's all the Broncos news. We got games to pick, Will.
Yes, we do.
Oh, God. Oh,
It's
I think
not
we
looking
moved
good.
up. We moved up to 39.
Somehow.
We were at like 43.
It's an indictment of everyone else, really.
Yeah. Week 14, we got 90 points. That's our best week in a while. Ooh,
Okay.
Travis Moody. Look at Travis. Is he still atop? Did he just separate the lead by 3?
By 3.
Wow. Pulling away with it, Travis. Dalton, second place there. Dalton Macy. Then we got Fred Barber, Evan Howell, and Juan Gonzalez, Billy Bob Joe, who was in first place for the majority of the season. Yeah. Zach Carlson. Look at Kevin Beast climbing up there. He's in the Patreon Zooms. You got Caleb climbing up too. Wow. Christian hanging in there. Trevor, you fell, man. You were climbing too. So we're at 39. Not bad. Not great, but
39 out of 83.
Yeah. I was confident we'd be close to first place, but all right, let's make our picks. No more bye weeks.
Okay, so
and then you got
slate for the rest of the
way. You got no bye weeks at this point. You got Thursday night games and COVID, and the NFL's like, fuck all these guys. You're playing short weeks late in the season, and you're playing an extra game this year. Eat our turds. Now this should be one of the games of the week. Chiefs, Chargers, Thursday night. 77% of the people taking the Chiefs, Will. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm with them. I think the Chiefs defense is playing really, really well. It comes down to, like, can you picture a scenario where the Chiefs get swept by anybody in the AFC West? And you could argue that I can
picture that scenario every year as a Broncos fan.
I can picture it. It looks nice, but you could make an argument that the Chargers stole that game in Arrowhead, that they were not meant to win that game. You could also make an argument that the Chiefs are playing much, much better at this point.
Yeah.
So I am going to stick with the Chiefs until they prove me otherwise. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No. I think Rashawn Slater's not going to play, and I don't think Chris Jones is going to play because of COVID.
Okay.
I think the Chargers are actually going to win this, but
okay.
I'll play the safe.
I'm with you. I'm ready to root for the Chargers for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, see that we kind of need the Chiefs to win because I think that helps the Broncos a little bit more.
Sure, right. That's true.
I'm just going by who I think's going to win. My gut says the Chargers. My brain says Kansas City.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll take the Chiefs. Your first instinct was Chiefs.
Hard to pick against the Chiefs late in the season.
Yeah, they're playing good football right now. All right. Speaking of the opposite of that, the Raiders. Oh, wow. Taking on the Browns. Right now, 79% have taken the Browns, and they have more people on the COVID list than anyone. Like 13 guys, including their head coach and Baker Mayfield. I think this is
we saw how they played without their head coach last year in the playoff game against Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
that's true. It didn't seem to really matter on game day. There's also a chance that he could be there if he gets 2 negative tests. Yeah, this is one of those things where
because this game's Saturday right now.
This is Saturday.
If it were Sunday, I think the Browns could get a lot of guys back.
Awesome. How many games are there Saturday? 3 or 2?
2, just 2.
Okay. I don't know. Like, how could you say confidently one way or another who you think's going to win this game?
Oh, you can't. I don't trust. I think if the Browns were healthy, I would pick them.
I feel like they played really well in their one game with Case Keenum this year, and we saw it up close and personally. I think playing Keenum forces them to get back to their roots, which is just running the hell out of the ball 40 times a game.
Yeah.
And I like that as a strategy against the Raiders.
I don't know.
I like
man.
most any strategy against the Raiders right now.
I do too. I can't pick this game without knowing how many of the Browns players are going to play.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I'm going into it assuming that Baker Mayfield will not be playing.
Yeah, but there's like 12 other guys on the COVID list right now.
Okay, I haven't seen those names. It's a lot to keep track of. I feel like everybody in the NBA and the NFL is in COVID protocol.
Let me see. Browns COVID. Let's just see. I know I retweeted one. Damn it. Show me the list. Let's see here. Damn it. I'll go to my Twitter. Okay. They've got Stefanski, running backs coach Ryan Cordell, Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, JoJo Natson, Austin Hooper, David Njoku, Ross Travis, Jedrick Wills, Wyatt Teller, Drew Forbes, Tack McKinley, Afidi Odinajabo, Malik McDowell, Anthony Walker, Troy Hill, John Johnson, both their safety in their corner, Nate Meadows, Jamie Gillian. Their punter. Even their punter.
Damn. Who's going to punt for him?
I don't know.
They might have to just go for it on every fourth down, which Brandon
I think
Staley
the NFL is probably going to have to let some of those guys play. Was my guess.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right, we'll take the Browns, and I think some of those guys, I think some of those guys are going to come back. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Colts Patriots. 63% of the people taking the Pats.
Yeah, I love this game.
I do too, and I think the Colts are going to win.
Let's do it. This game could be like 45 minutes.
Just so many runs. Just
everybody
run
runs.
After run.
Yeah, everybody should be running in this game.
Yeah. I got to pick an upset, and I think it's going to be the Colts this week.
Neither of these teams are very good at defending the run. They're both really good at running the football. Patriots are a little better at defending it, but that should be the strategy for each team. It should basically be Army-Navy, which will
there you go.
cause Bill Belichick to ruin his sweatpants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Together.
An exciting
Army-Navy
game.
Bills, Panthers. 2% of the people taking the Panthers. Get right game for Buffalo, which they desperately need. I'll agree with it.
Yes.
Sam Darnold activated off of the injured reserve list. Going to start taking reps this week. Don't know if he's going to play. Doesn't matter.
No.
Jets, Dolphins. 97% of the people taking the Dolphins. The Dolphins are coming off my curse, though, so that's a little dicey.
They got take the Dolphins on the bye week, right?
Yeah, they got cursed on the bye.
Oh, interesting. We haven't had any experience with that kind of situation before.
Well, the Chargers, it happened to the Chargers.
Oh, did it?
They lost. Like, the Chargers got cursed on the bye, and then I forget who got cursed the next week, but the curse got both of the teams, bit them both in the ass. So it was like the best week for the curse.
Good way to counteract the curse. Get the Jets on the schedule.
Get the fucking Jets. Exactly. The Jets are really bad. Eliminated from the playoffs already. Zach Wilson was ineffective. Less than 50% of his passes completed. They can't run the ball effectively. Dolphins are going to win, and they're going to look good. Okay. Eagles football team. Oh. Gardner Minshew taking some reps this week with Jalen Hurts.
Oh, really?
But Hurts on track to start.
Okay. I don't know if that changes how I feel about this game particularly. I like both of those quarterbacks.
I do too.
I think Washington might have hit their ceiling with Taylor Heineke, as much as I like him too. Feels like you go up against a talented defense, and you're going to see some problems. I will take Philly.
Cool. Yeah, I think Terry McLaurin is in the concussion protocol. Taylor Heineke got banged up at the end of the game. I don't know the significance of that. But yeah, I'll take the Eagles too. I I want Jalen Hurts to be healthy and play, but God, I would kill for one more week of just watching Minshew. Just
they should play it safe.
Yeah. Just so we can see it again. Let's see it. I want everyone who doesn't believe to believe.
I remember what you said to me that night. I think everybody who's watching remembers it too.
What did I say?
On the Chiefs Broncos post-game podcast, you said some
I don't
disparage. You might have been 3 or 4 whiskeys deep the way you were sounding. You said some disparaging things about Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I didn't have any whiskeys in me. I said his comp was Teddy Bridgewater.
Okay. Interesting.
I rewatched, and the difference is the energy that he brings, and you're right about that. But that his win, it was over the Jets. A lot of efficient check down throws. He had 2 deep balls to Goddard. One was good. One was underthrown. Although underthrowing a deep ball seems to be a fucking skill strategy based on officiating. So it doesn't matter. I like him because
he's gotten you a lot of clicks.
We all want, that too. We all want to be. We want to be able to wear a mullet and people praise us for it. Okay. If you want to praise yourself, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and use DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. That's how Clinton-Dix would read this. Football fans, I'm sure you love action-packed, high-scoring NFL games. And with the latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point is scored. New customers who bet $1 on any team to score can win $100 in free bets. It's that simple. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get skin in the game with new same-game parlays. I don't know how new they are anymore. They've been around a while now, DraftKings. But you can combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings safe, secure, reliable, because you can deposit and withdraw your money when you want. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DNVR. Bet $1 on any team to score and win $100 in free bets. If they score, you score with promo code DNVR. DNVR with DraftKings Sportsbook, official sports betting partner of the NFL. Got to be 21 or older. Colorado. Only new customers. Only restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Nice.
Whoever does that low disclaimer voice, tougher job than you might think. Okay. Here's an easy one. Arizona Cardinals going against the Detroit Lions. Taking the Cards.
Yes. No discussion necessary.
Nope.
We do respect the Lions, though, now as a franchise.
Yep. RESPECT. Find out what Dan Campbell mean to me. Cowboys, Giants. 96% taking Dallas.
Boys.
I mean, is Daniel Jones' neck still strained? Is Saquon Barkley going to do anything ever? Man, if the Giants could go back, and I think Saquon's good, but boy, that's a draft pick the Giants want back.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, so they had Eli still on their roster, and I don't think they had anyone else. It might have been like Geno Smith at that point. They really didn't have a plan of attack at quarterback, and they took a run. Like, they would have been better off taking Quentin Nelson too.
Yeah. Quentin Nelson would have been the smart pick.
Yeah, obviously the right pick was Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. But
they wouldn't have taken him at 2.
You could have taken, they probably would have taken Sam Darnold if they're going to take a quarterback.
They would have taken Darnold, and I guess that would have been worse than even taking Saquon still.
Yeah. Yeah. At least Saquon was fun for a couple of years.
Yeah, he had a solid rookie. He just, the injuries, and Anyway, Dallas wins that one. I need to see Dak Prescott play good again before I believe the Cowboys are legit. And their defense is starting, their defense is getting healthy, and their defense could be the reason they win some playoff games. But as soon as the defense shows up, their offense Dak was bad against Washington. And
he threw a terrible pick six.
God, he let Washington get back in that game. It's atypical of Dak. All right. Wow. 77% of the people are taking Tennessee over the Steelers.
Put me in the 23%. 23 and me.
You think Pittsburgh's going to win?
I think so.
Oh,
I think
you're right.
I don't see the Steelers losing 2 games in a row.
And the Titans got cursed in the power rankings.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at the next matchup. I wanted to say something smart, and then I just saw Texans Jags. I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, we should do a 20-minute recap on Texans Jags.
So we're both on the Steelers, I guess. This is a good game.
Yeah.
It's always – I feel like Titans Steelers is always pretty good. Urban Meyer kicked his kicker, allegedly.
I didn't hear that.
Came out and said that Urban Meyer kicked him in training camp because he was mad at him for missing kicks.
Wow.
So he kicked his kicker.
Urban Meyer sucks. I hate that guy.
I don't know how he hasn't been fired yet.
Good God. We're going to hear. It
There's
seems like
he's
just like a
book someday.
He's like a frat leader who still fully believes in hazing.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the job of a college football head coach in some ways. But yeah, I'm trying to think of a bigger disaster as a head coach.
Urban Meyer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Chip Kelly, maybe.
That's interesting.
The second time around.
Yeah, maybe.
Hugh Jackson.
Chip Kelly with the 49ers, are you saying?
Hugh Jackson went 8-8 with the Raiders one year. People forget that.
1 year.
This is that's pretty rough. I feel bad for Trevor Lawrence.
I do too. I feel bad for every football player in Jacksonville. I feel worse for the Jags maybe than the Texans players right now.
Yeah, I mean, David Coley seems like a good guy.
Yeah, at least like the Texans coach, like that guy's been in the NFL forever. Probably was never going to get a head coaching opportunity, but nobody wanted Houston. And it's not that he's a bad guy or was a bad coach. It's just nobody could succeed in Houston. And that said, people seem to like him. So I also think the Texans are going to win this game because even though they lost last week, Davis Mills actually played all right.
Statistically, he's been the second best rookie quarterback.
He had over 300 passing yards last week. He moved the ball effectively at times to the game. So yeah, fuck Urban Meyer. Go get him, Texans.
It's kind of funny too, because at this point, I don't know how many college vacancies there are left. So when Urban Meyer gets fired, what happens? Is he just done? I mean, you could always go to a small school, but
I think he disintegrates.
I think he does. Yeah. I think he
the weird thing
Jacksonville for retirement.
Yeah. The weird thing here, Will, is I think the Texans actually need to lose this game more than the Jags. Now, Davis Mills, yes, he's been the best rookie, but I don't know if the Texans think he's the answer.
I don't either. There's also, I mean, we kind of forget that there's a Deshaun Watson angle here too.
Oh, yeah. They could get a ton of draft picks.
Yeah. And I mean, there's like a slim chance that he plays again for the Texans too. You never know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces there to say for sure they're going to draft a quarterback in the first round.
If I were Houston, I would try to get the highest draft pick I could.
I would too. At this point for sure.
I would trade Deshaun Watson and get the 2 to 3 first rounders. And then I would trade back with my current second overall pick, because right now Kenny Pickett is being mocked as the first quarterback taken at pick 11 by the Steelers. So you could maybe drop back, still get a QB you're super high on in this quarterback draft, and have like 4 first rounders to really build your team. It's a thought.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Like maybe there's always the argument that you shouldn't draft a quarterback until you have the pieces around him. And I always thought that was stupid, but that was kind of informed by seeing how good Andrew Luck was. And
right.
I'm, slowly realizing that there are very few Andrew Lucks out there. And even Trevor Lawrence, who was like supposed to be the best guy since Luck, is not able to overcome deficiencies on his roster whatsoever, or in coaching for that matter. So maybe there is something to putting together a roster and then making a move for a quarterback. So I don't know. Maybe there's a report saying that if the Lions get the first pick, they're going to draft Kayvon Thibodeau, who's a defensive end out of Oregon. And the second guy off the board is expected to be another defensive end, Aiden Hutchinson, out of Michigan. So it's, I don't know. It's an interesting practice and team building philosophy.
Lions are all about building the trenches right now. So
yeah. And you could argue that, they took Penei Sewell last year. So maybe why shouldn't they take a quarterback? You're protecting his blind side, but I don't know. If I was a quarterback, I would do everything in my power to avoid that, seeing what's happened to Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields to a lesser extent, and who's the other guy? I don't know. Trey Lance hasn't even played, so.
No.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best thing you can be is a really, really good college quarterback in a deep college quarterback draft where you're considered like the 4th or 5th best guy.
Yeah.
You want to actually be better than the guys ahead of you, but it hasn't shown for various reason, some varying reasons, and a good team takes you.
If I was the best college quarterback, I would fake a knee injury my last year of college and then go to a team at the end of the first round.
Yeah. Just tell all of the teams at the first round, like, I was faking it so I could go to you. Mike Tomlin, I was faking this for you, buddy.
Come on. Take me.
All right. Bengals, Broncos. This is kind of surprising. 68% of the people taking the Cincinnati Bengals. Even though the Bengals lost to the Chargers, who the Broncos beat, even though the Bengals just lost again to the 49ers, we're going to take the Broncos. Suck it, Cincy. Yeah. All right. And we will have our full prediction of that Saturday morning. Falcons, 49ers, 6% taking Atlanta. And I think
it's a little low.
But I think the 49ers are they know how to win offensively. They know how to run the ball. George Kittle is a huge difference maker to the offense and to Jimmy Garoppolo. Deebo Samuel should be even healthier this week. And Nick Bosa is starting to evaporate blocking attempts. He's looking like his rookie season again. So a sneaky team that could upset some people in the playoffs if they can get in, 49ers.
I don't think you'd want to see the 49ers in the playoffs because you know it's going to happen. It's going to be 42 runs and then 6 play action throws to George Kittle. And they're all going to be wide open.
Does not want to see the 49ers.
Nope.
The Packers do not.
Not at all.
Packers-Ravens. Really important game for the Ravens.
Like how you just picked them without like even saying anything.
Yeah, well, that was an accident. But I think we're going to take the Packers there.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I was actually kind of impressed with Tyler Huntley, though, even though the Ravens lost.
Yeah, I like him too. I think it comes down to Greg Roman's a really good offensive coordinator, and he's good with quarterbacks, especially mobile ones.
Ooh, look at this. Look at the disrespect for the Seahawks.
The disrespect for a 5-8 football team.
Yeah. But they've won 2 in a row.
And they're a game out of the playoffs.
What's that?
They're a game out of the playoffs in the NFC.
Ooh. Wow.
Unbelievable.
5-8, huh? Man. This to me smells like an upset.
What if the Seahawks were worse than they were in 2010 and they made the playoffs? Hypothetically, they could be 7-10 and get in.
Yeah, we need the Seahawks. Yeah, we need the Seahawks to lose a lot, Will. We need Russell Wilson to be mad, and we need the Seahawks to have a good draft pick anyway, so they're not as needy for draft picks.
How would you make Russell Wilson mad?
I would not let him go to church.
Yeah, I would tell him that nano bubbles do not cure concussions.
I would tell him
girls went out in the 80s.
I don't know. I like the hair. The Rams are another team getting ravished by the COVID protocols. I don't know how many people they'll have available, but I guess we'll take the Rams, right?
Yeah, I mean, they won without Jalen Ramsey against the best team in the NFC heading into that game.
Yep. Ooh, Saints Bucks. We got 4% of Earth taking the Saints. The Saints have the Bucks number.
Come on.
And they're committing to the Taysom Hill experience, which I think can actually give Tampa's defense some issues. The Bills got back in the game when Josh Allen started running. So
I like the rationale there.
I think this game might be closer than people give it credit for, but I will still take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm with you there. The Saints do. I mean, they've beaten the Bucks 3 out of the last 4 times, with the exception being the only important one out of the 4. Yeah, I think I could see a close game that Tampa pulls away in at the end.
The difference, and you pointed this out, I think the previous times Tampa's not been able to run the ball against the Saints, and I think they're going to be able to do it this time.
Yeah,
and actually, playoff Lenny.
Really good season.
Yeah, playoff Lenny was in the playoffs last year when they beat him.
That's true.
All right. Final game, Monday Night Football, Vikings-Bears. Bears looked horrible the last 2 weeks against good teams. Now they'll play. Well, they played a good half, basically, against the Packers. And God knows that the
played
Vikings
a really good half against the Steelers.
Yeah, the Vikings can give up a lead quicker than the Packers for sure. Oh, are the Bears smart enough to try and use Grant more? That dude's explosive.
Yeah, I've always liked him. Back when he was with the Dolphins. You can always count on the Dolphins not to use someone correctly. But my maxim usually here is don't pick Kirk Cousins in primetime. That didn't work out for me last week because he won on Thursday Night Football. But I would chalk that up as a Dalvin Cook victory rather than a Kirk Cousins victory. So technically I'm correct.
Yep.
I kind of like the Bears here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I
mean, talked out of it. I don't know.
For Justin Fields. All right, I'll take the Bears with you. I think the Vikings will win, but I'll take the Bears. Why not?
Sure.
So some games are not going to go the way you think, and that definitely is one that could go the way I don't think. And I don't want to think anymore. Will, we made it through the picks. Week 15. We've done this 15 times this season. We got 3 more regular season weeks, and then it gets really easy. It's just playoffs. So
yeah, no, I mean, I can't wait. Like, I love doing, I love how dense the regular season gets sometimes. Gets a little grating at the end of the year, but then once the playoffs come, it's like just this renewed interest in football once again.
It's like your buzz has worn off, like your drunk has worn off, and you think the night's over, and then the playoffs, there's an after party at the.
Your friend shows up with like a another 6-pack or something.
Yeah, and some cocaine, and you get drunk and high, and you party all the way to the Super Bowl, where ultimately you're probably going to have your soul crushed. So you're like, there's a 2% chance you're going to have a good night. 98% chance you're going to be thoroughly disappointed and hungover at the end of it. Yep.
Perfect analogy, really.
We're almost there. Almost.
I would like to say, too, that the people who have been pointing out that I'm holding my microphone during these podcasts, I'm on the verge of ordering a new desk that is supposed to take 8 hours to assemble. So we'll see. Step 1 will be buying it. Step 1 will be moving. Step 2 will be buying it. Step 3 will be seeing if I ever actually put it together correctly.
Yeah, put it together. Once you get the desk together, Will, I'll buy you a podcast arm so that you can connect it to your desk, and you'll be set.
That'll be sweet.
Perfect. All right, thank you guys for listening. Good night, and
John Elway's ACL took 0 hours to assemble because it wasn't there.